Top 10 Seiko watches ranked by popularity and price, 2025. In the world of watchmaking, Swiss brands often dominate the headlines. Rolex, Omega, Patek Philippe. These names echo through collector circles like gospel. But there's another giant that quietly and consistently has built a cult following across the globe. Seiko. For over a century, Seiko has been crafting timepieces that balance heritage, innovation, and affordability. This is the brand that created the world's first quartz wristwatch, the legendary spring drive, and iconic divers that collectors still hunt down decades later. In 2025, Seiko continues to defy expectations, offering everything from entry-level mechanicals to Grand Seiko masterpieces rivaling the best of Switzerland. Today, we're ranking the top 10 Seiko watches of 2025, not just by popularity, but also by the prices they command in the market. Some are everyday heroes, others are collectors' trophies. But every single watch on this list tells a story about why Seiko has earned its place in horological history. So, grab a coffee, sit back, and let's count them down. And before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow watch lovers, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss our deep dives into the world of watches. Ranked 10th, Seiko Monster SRPD25. The bold diver that stands out. When most people think of Seiko divers, names like the Turtle or the SKX often come up first. But in 2025, the Seiko Monster still commands a loyal following for one reason: it doesn't look like anything else. With its bold, almost aggressive design, the Monster is one of those watches you either love or hate, and that's exactly why it's so popular. The SRPD25, often called the Blue Monster, features a striking 42.4mm stainless steel case, razor-sharp bezel teeth, and thick hands coated with Seiko's legendary Lumi-Bright Lume, which glows like a torch in the dark. Inside beats the 4-ear R36 automatic movement, offering hacking and hand-winding. With 200 meters of water resistance and ISO certification, this is not just a style piece. It's a fully capable diver. In terms of price, the Monster sits in the sweet spot of $450 to $550, making it an accessible yet unique choice for collectors. Its bold look isn't for everyone, but for those who wear it, the Monster becomes a statement, a watch that says you're not afraid to stand out. Collectors in 2025 value the Monster for its distinct identity within Seiko's lineup. While other models aim for versatility or elegance, the Monster embraces rugged individuality. It has become a favorite among enthusiasts who want something different on the wrist, something that sparks conversation the moment you roll up your sleeve. The Seiko Monster SRPD25 proves that popularity doesn't always come from being safe or subtle. Sometimes it's the watch with the loudest personality that wins hearts. And in the world of Seiko, the Monster remains the bold outsider that has carved its own place in horological history. Ranked 9th, Seiko Arnie SNJ025, the action hero's diver. Not every watch becomes a legend on the wrist of a Hollywood superstar, but the Seiko Arnie, reference SNJ025, is exactly that. A watch immortalized by Arnold Schwarzenegger in films like Predator and Commando. At its core, the Arnie is a hybrid diver, a bold 47.8mm case housing both analog hands and a digital display, powered by Seiko's reliable solar quartz movement. With 200 meters of water resistance, an ISO-certified diver rating, and a built-in alarm, chronograph, and calendar, it's one of the most versatile tools Seiko has ever produced. Collectors love the Arnie not just for its specs, but for its character. The oversized case, the digital analog layout, and the tough-as-nails design make it instantly recognizable. At around $450 to $550, it delivers serious capability without straying into luxury territory. A true professional tool that also happens to carry movie star legacy. In 2025, the Arnie has experienced a resurgence. Younger collectors who grew up watching Schwarzenegger's films are rediscovering it, while veterans cherish it as a nostalgic icon. The combination of pop culture history and tool watch credibility makes it one of the most unique Seikos on the market. The Arnie proves that popularity isn't only about refinement, sometimes it's about personality. And few watches have as much personality or as much screen presence as this action hero diver from Seiko. Ranked 8th, Seiko Presage Negroni SRPB51, the cocktail-inspired classic. Seiko isn't just about dive watches and rugged tool pieces. It also has a refined, elegant side. Nowhere is that more evident than in the Presage Cocktail Time collection, and one of the most beloved references in 2025 is the SRPB51, nicknamed the Negroni. With its deep crimson sunburst dial, inspired by the rich tones of the famous cocktail, the SRPB51 embodies Seiko's ability to turn simple materials into works of art. The dial features radiating patterns that catch the light like a cut crystal glass, paired with sharp Dauphine hands and a polished stainless steel case. Sized at a versatile 38.5 millimeters, it wears comfortably on almost any wrist. Inside, the 4R35 automatic movement delivers dependable performance with a 41-hour power reserve. And at a price point of $425 to $500, it remains one of the best values in mechanical dress watches today. Collectors love the Negroni because it offers a taste of high-end finishing at an entry-level price. It's not just a watch, but a statement, one that works as well with a suit at dinner as it does on a casual weekend outing. In 2025, the Presage Negroni continues to rise in popularity thanks to its blend of Japanese craftsmanship, affordability, and pure visual charm. While Seiko's divers may dominate conversations, this watch reminds the world that Seiko can do elegance just as well as adventure. Ranked 7th, Seiko Alpinist SPB121, the Explorer's Companion. Every watch brand has that one model that speaks to adventure, and for Seiko, it's the Alpinist. First launched in 1959 for Japanese mountaineers, the Alpinist was designed as a rugged tool for those who ventured into harsh landscapes where reliability meant survival. In 2025, the SPB121, with its unmistakable green sunburst dial and cathedral hands, has become one of the most talked about Seikos on the market. What makes the Alpinist stand out isn't just its looks, but its dual identity. On one hand, it's a serious tool watch, 200 meters of water resistance, a screw-down crown, and an internal rotating compass bezel that nods to its mountain heritage. On the other hand, it carries an elegance rare in tool watches. The rich green dial shifts in the light, the gold accents add warmth, and the case shape wears comfortably on the wrist. Inside ticks the reliable 6R35 automatic movement, offering a 70-hour power reserve, a huge step up from earlier versions. Priced around $700 to $750, the Alpinist sits in a sweet spot, affordable enough for enthusiasts entering the hobby, but refined enough to be respected by seasoned collectors. In 2025, its popularity has soared not just in Japan, but worldwide. Collectors see it as a watch that bridges two worlds, adventure and sophistication. It's the piece you can wear hiking up a trail in the morning and straight into a dinner meeting at night. The Seiko Alpinist SPB121 proves that you don't need to chase Swiss Explorers watches with five-figure price tags. Seiko has already built an Explorer's legend, one that is uniquely Japanese, undeniably charming, and increasingly collectible. Ranked 6th, Seiko Samurai SRPB51, the modern warrior of the deep. Among Seiko's iconic dive watches, each model has a personality. The turtle is rounded and vintage, the sumo is bold and oversized, but the samurai is all sharp edges and modern strength. The nickname Samurai was given by collectors because of its angular case design and sword-shaped hands, and the SRPB51 has become one of the most popular references in 2025. At 43.8 millimeters, the stainless steel case looks formidable, yet wears surprisingly comfortably thanks to its short lugs and ergonomic design. The bezel clicks with precision, the dial features oversized luminous markers, and the shark tooth indices give it a presence unlike any other Seiko diver. Underneath, the reliable 4R35 automatic movement keeps time with a 41-hour power reserve, protected by 200 meters of ISO-certified water resistance. This isn't a desk diver. It's a watch designed to handle real underwater conditions. What makes the Samurai stand out in 2025 is its modern character. While many Seiko divers lean into vintage-inspired designs, The Samurai embraces a contemporary tool watch identity. Its clean geometry, industrial look, and unapologetic wrist presence attract collectors who want something bolder than the Turtle, but less bulky than the Sumo. At around $500 to $600, the Samurai offers incredible value. It delivers everything you'd expect from a professional-grade diver: toughness, legibility, reliability, while giving you a design language all its own. It doesn't try to copy Swiss divers. It proudly stands apart, making it one of the most distinctive mid-tier Seikos on the market. In 2025, the Samurai continues to gain traction with younger collectors and seasoned enthusiasts alike. It represents the next generation of Seiko divers, modern, functional, and built with the kind of character that turns a watch into an icon. If the Turtle is Seiko's friendly veteran and the Sumo its heavyweight, the Samurai is its sharp-edged warrior, sleek, confident, and ready for anything. Ranked 5th, Seiko SPB143, the modern 62 MAS recreation. If you ask Seiko fans which dive watch started it all, the answer is almost always the 62 MAS, Seiko's very first professional diver from 1965. That watch laid the foundation for everything: the Turtle, the Sumo, even the Marinemaster. In 2020, Seiko paid tribute with the SPB143, and by 2025, it has secured its place as one of the most desirable modern Seiko divers. At 40.5 millimeters, the SPB143 hits the sweet spot for wrist comfort. Its brushed steel case, vintage-inspired bezel, and sunburst gray dial pay homage to the original while feeling unmistakably modern. The proportions are balanced, the finishing is refined, and the look is versatile enough to wear from the office to the ocean. Inside is the 6R35 automatic movement with a 70-hour power reserve, delivering reliable performance that can keep up with daily wear. Add 200 meters of water resistance, sapphire crystal, and robust construction, and you have a watch that isn't just a nod to history, it's a serious modern tool watch. At around $1,100 to $1,200 in 2025, the SPB143 sits in a competitive price bracket, but it has proven its worth. Collectors value it not only for its specs, but for what it represents: a living link to Seiko's pioneering dive watch legacy. Unlike many heritage reissues that simply copy the past, the SPB143 balances nostalgia with usability, making it a perfect daily diver for modern collectors. In 2025, the SPB143's popularity continues to climb. It's the kind of watch that appeals to both newcomers looking for their first serious Seiko and veterans who appreciate the historic nod to the 62 MAS. Its rising prices on the secondary market show that collectors see it as more than just another diver. It's a modern classic in the making. The Seiko SPB143 proves that Seiko doesn't just live in the past. It knows how to honor history while building the future. And that's exactly why it earns its place in the top 5. Ranked 4th, Seiko Flightmaster SNA411, the pilot's instrument. Not all iconic Seikos live under the sea, some take to the skies. Among aviation enthusiasts and collectors alike, the Seiko Flightmaster SNA411 has earned cult status. Known simply as the Flightmaster or the Navihawk of Seiko, it's a chronograph packed with functionality, character, and incredible value, making it one of Seiko's most popular models in 2025. At 42 millimeters, the stainless steel case is compact enough for daily wear, but it's the dial and bezel that make this watch instantly recognizable. The black dial is filled with scales, subdials, and a tachymeter that together create a true pilot's tool watch aesthetic. The rotating slide rule bezel, borrowed from classic aviation chronographs, allows pilots, or anyone who loves math, to calculate everything from fuel consumption to unit conversions. Inside, the watch runs on Seiko's reliable 7T62 quartz chronograph movement, offering 1/5 second stopwatch timing, an alarm function, and date display. While it's quartz rather than mechanical, collectors embrace it for its accuracy, durability, and ease of use. At around $450 to $550 in 2025, it's one of the most capable aviation-style chronographs you can buy at any price. What has kept the Flightmaster relevant is its unique identity. Unlike Seikos divers, the SNA411 doesn't try to blend in. It proudly embraces a busy instrument panel look that appeals to aviation buffs, engineers, and anyone who loves functional design. It's a watch that always sparks conversation, whether you're at the airport, in the office, or out with friends. In 2025, the Flightmaster continues to climb in popularity thanks to its combination of heritage, affordability, and cult following. For many collectors, it's proof that Seiko's greatness isn't limited to divers and dress watches. With the Flightmaster, Seiko also conquered the skies and secured its place in the hearts of aviation watch enthusiasts worldwide. Ranked third, Seiko Marinemaster 300 SLA021. The professional's choice. If there's one watch that truly defines Seiko's professional dive heritage, it's the Marinemaster. For decades, this line has been Seiko's ultimate statement of what a professional diver's watch should be: rugged, dependable, and engineered with absolute seriousness. In 2025, the SLA021, often nicknamed the MM300, remains one of the most coveted Seiko divers on the market. The Marinemaster doesn't chase sleekness or trendiness. It's built like a tool for survival. The monoblock stainless steel case, measuring 44.3 millimeters, is crafted to be virtually indestructible, with no caseback seams that could compromise its strength. Rated to 300 meters of professional diving depth, it carries ISO certification and has long been favored by divers who want a reliable instrument beneath the waves. Its dial is all business. Bold hands, oversized indices, and Seiko's legendary Lumibrite lume that glows like a torch in the deep. The unidirectional bezel clicks with authority, while the screw-down crown ensures watertight security. Inside beats the 8L35 automatic movement, built by Seiko's Shizukuishi Watch Studio, the same craftsman responsible for Grand Seiko. This gives the Marinemaster a refinement in finishing and accuracy that sets it apart from lower-tier divers. At around $3,000 to $3,200 in 2025, the SLA021 sits at the high end of Seiko's prospects range. It's no longer budget-friendly, but collectors see it as extraordinary value compared to Swiss divers of similar capability, which often cost double or triple. For many enthusiasts, the Marinemaster is the endgame Seiko diver, the point where you no longer feel the need to upgrade. In 2025, the popularity of the Marinemaster is stronger than ever. Younger collectors admire its no-nonsense tool, watch DNA, while veterans see it as the pinnacle of Seiko's diving legacy. It's not flashy, it doesn't rely on hype. It's respected because of what it is, a professional instrument with a cult following. The SLA021 Marinemaster 300 proves that Seiko's strength lies not only in affordability, but in delivering world-class engineering at a fraction of Swiss prices. For collectors, it's more than just a watch. It's a badge of authenticity, a reminder that when Seiko builds for professionals, it builds without compromise. Ranked 2, Grand Seiko SPB121 Snowflake, the icon of Japanese watchmaking. Some watches go beyond being popular. They become symbols of an entire brand. For Grand Seiko, that watch is the Snowflake SPB121. In 2025, it remains not only one of the most recognizable Seiko creations, but also one of the most respected luxury watches in the world. The nickname Snowflake comes from its breathtaking dial, inspired by the freshly fallen snow of the Shinshu region in Japan, where the watch is handcrafted. Under different lighting, the dial shifts in texture and tone, capturing the delicate irregularity of snow crystals. Paired with sharp Zaratsu-polished Dauphine hands and perfectly finished indices, it embodies the Japanese philosophy of finding beauty in nature and imperfection. But the Snowflake isn't just about looks. At its heart beats the revolutionary spring drive movement, Caliber 9 R65, a Seiko invention that blends mechanical craftsmanship with quartz-level accuracy. The glide motion of its second hand, moving in one continuous sweep, has become one of the most mesmerizing signatures in watchmaking. It's not ticking, it's not beating, it's flowing, like time itself. Crafted in high-intensity titanium, the Snowflake wears larger at 41 millimeters, but remains feather-light on the wrist, making it one of the most comfortable luxury watches available. With a 72-hour power reserve, sapphire crystal, and meticulous finishing, it bridges the gap between tool-like reliability and fine art luxury. At around $5,800 to $6,200 in 2025, the Snowflake isn't cheap, but it delivers a level of artistry and engineering that rivals and often surpasses Swiss watches costing twice as much. That combination of value, identity, and cultural symbolism has made it the gateway into Grand Seiko collecting. In 2025, the Snowflake continues to grow in demand worldwide. It's the watch that shows collectors what Japanese horology truly stands for: nature, precision, and quiet elegance. For some, it's their first Grand Seiko. For others, it's the centerpiece of their collection. But for everyone, it represents the very soul of Seiko. And that's why it earns its spot as number 2 on our list. In first place, Credor Eichi II, the Japanese masterpiece beyond time. While Grand Seiko has gained global recognition as Japan's answer to Swiss luxury, there exists another level within the Seiko family that few outside of serious collectors ever encounter: Credor. And at the very top of that rarefied world sits the Eichi II, a watch that, in 2025, rightfully takes the crown as Seiko's most celebrated creation. The Eichi II is not about complexity, it's about purity. The dial is an immaculate sheet of hand-painted porcelain, crafted in the Noritake porcelain workshops using traditional Japanese techniques. Each marker and the Credor logo are painstakingly applied by hand, with brushstrokes so delicate they seem almost alive. The dial's simplicity hides its depth. Under changing light, it radiates warmth, calmness, and a sense of living artistry. The case, available in platinum or 18-karat gold, measures 39 millimeters and is finished to perfection. Inside beats the spring-drive caliber 7R14, entirely hand-assembled and decorated by master watchmakers at the Micro Artist Studio in Shiojiri, the same artisans behind Grand Seiko's most complex masterpieces. The movement is as beautiful as it is precise, with hand-polished bridges, blued screws, and a hand-beveled power reserve indicator visible on the dial. Its accuracy is astonishing, plus or minus 1 second per day, achieved not through quartz, but through Spring Drive's unique fusion of mechanical and electronic timekeeping. At around $55,000 to $65,000 in 2025, the Eichi II sits far above every other Seiko on this list in price. But its popularity among high-end collectors has skyrocketed as more enthusiasts discover that Seiko's craftsmanship extends beyond Grand Seiko into the realm of true haute horlogerie. Secondary market prices remain strong, and waiting lists for new pieces are long, reflecting the fact that production is extremely limited. Only a handful of Eichi IIs leave the Micro Artist Studio each year. What makes the Credor Eichi II the ultimate Seiko is not just its exclusivity, but its philosophy. It isn't a flashy watch. It doesn't chase complications or extravagance. Instead, it embodies Japanese aesthetics of shibui, understated beauty, and takumi, master craftsmanship. It is as close to perfection as a wristwatch can be: serene, flawless, and timeless. In 2025, the Eichi II proves that Seiko is not only capable of building iconic divers and luxury Grand Seikos, but also of creating watches that rival and often surpass the very best from Switzerland. It is the purest expression of Japanese watchmaking artistry, and that's why it takes the #1 spot on our list. And that wraps up our countdown of the top 10 Seiko watches ranked by popularity and price in 2025. From the humble yet beloved entry-level icons, to the engineering marvels of Grand Seiko, and finally to the rare artistry of the Credor Eichi II, this list proves just how vast and diverse the Seiko universe truly is. Whether you're just starting your watch journey with a Seiko 5, or you're chasing the pinnacle of Japanese haute horlogerie, there's a Seiko for every story, every collector, and every dream. Few brands in the world can offer such a range, from rugged tool watches to pieces of art made by master craftsmen. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which Seiko on this list speaks to you the most? Do you own one already, or is there a grail you're saving up for in 2025? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow watch enthusiasts, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of horology. We've got plenty more stories, reviews, and collector insights coming your way. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about telling time, it's about telling stories. And no brand tells them quite like Seiko.